Let's take a look at how we can build a pillow onto it. A very simple one. We make a plane. Can bring this plane up to there. In object mode, sorry, or in edit mode, we scale this. Very nice. Subdivision surface modifier, so it's nice and round. E and Z, we'll bring this down a little bit. Okay. A, move this all down. Hey, there's our pillow. Well, it looks kind of not so good. So let's delete it. Is there maybe a little bit of geometry we can reuse? Yes, there is. We can actually maybe see is this usable to a certain degree already. So we select this stuff, Shift D and escape, and then P to separate. Okay. Interesting. You notice how this actually floats over that surface, but then here we have this big how could I say that? Yeah, gap, no? So why do we have it? Well, it's just essentially where the geometry simply is. We do not have at these edges the stuff going down, but we could actually model this one more time, no? So you see how I pressed E and then Z to extrude this down. And I will now select, go to face, select these faces, move this in a little bit, select this front face, move this in a little bit. And so here in the back, now we stick through, so that's not good. So here I will just select this point and then move this point forward. And here in these corners there, I will have to do the same, move this forward. There you see, we have it actually from the back removed. And here I select all those, move this up till, for example, from there we don't see this anymore. So this is just a very quick method to conceptualize an upholstery idea. So I will hide this for the moment because this was actually an interesting method. So let's see what happens when we select all of this. Shift D and escape, P and separate, tab, going to edit mode, then for just this piece, select all these bottom edges, E and Z just a little bit, select then all these edges, E and Y just a little bit. Now we know here this edge and this edge, F, we fill this. Very good. Okay. Now, when we select all the side edges, then we can move this in a little bit more. Very good. Also, this goes a little bit in, a little bit down. Oh, be careful. Here, let me turn this off. Undo, undo, undo. Okay, I need it. Wait. All this can go over. You notice here I'm just moving these edges and then the top and the bottom, no? Because it's the rounding and the end. I moved this one in too. I didn't do this actually before. And then here, these two a little bit down, a little bit forward. Okay, so essentially then the same task we can do here. Since this is an upholstery, we can add a little bit more of cushioning. We can also go to point select, push and pull and move everything till these points are actually sunk in the shell. Just want to make sure that they do not stick through, but they They can honestly just be in the plastic piece. It's totally fine. Yeah, sweet. So now we have actually a shell, and this method works really good. So we call this actually seed shell upholstery. And then this here we call seed shell. Let's see how we can actually do maybe just a pillow. So we still have this geometry here. Do we want the pillow to go around here and then go to the back? Let's delete this. We start here one more time from scratch. Shift A, make a plane, and we bring this plane up. In edit mode S, we scale this down. Right click, say subdivide, go to a top view. S, move this around a little bit, maybe to here. Bring this up a little bit more. There, and then here maybe S and X. Oh, turn this off. S and X. There. Maybe move this a tick forward. You see how I'm trying to create kind of like a circular look. So we don't know how, for example, this actually could look, no? Yeah. Cool. So I moved this up a little bit on purpose because I want to show you something. So we go to the top view, face, and project individual elements. Very good. So this is the Z-axis. Now I press G and Z and hold the control key and click. And you see, flop, it pushed it onto that surface. So now I could go ahead, back into edit mode, E and Z, give this a thickness, or just E, don't press Z because then you stop moving along Z. I needed to press Z one more time. Control R, we add a loop cut here at the bottom, there. Okay, so the whole thing is way too high, nah, as we can see. So maybe in object mode, we move this down a little bit. Okay, yeah. Now, I guess the task at hand is going in one by one and trying to make it snap. Also here now, Z, AA, B, select half, X and delete. And then we can add a mirror modifier in front there. So you see that saves us a little bit of work. And I will go ahead, select these points, move this down, and I'm using this loop kind of like to line up with the mesh. So here, this I move down, you see what I'm doing, just a visual guide. So how do we do this there? Oh, this could maybe work. View. Yeah. So this is kind of like the clipping. You see, based on how I zoom out, I start clipping. Works. It's kind of like cut section based on the well, the cut section is in front of the camera. It moves with us. Here, if we want, we can move this down a little bit or keep it. Maybe put this back to 1 mm, because now from this view there we can see everything else actually got pushed down way too much. So select all this, very gentle, zip. This seems to be fine. Yeah. In real life, the upholstery would sit on a harder shell that would be bolted onto the seat. So kind of like the way how we have. This is perfectly fine. And now we can call this one seat pillow. Okay. So that was another way how we can very easily create such a shape. This is still also arced. We could unify this more. So maybe from the front view. So I know here this has to go up to be more like this, and this go up. So I'm trying to make sure that these edges are kind of like all the same if necessary. That makes everything now look thicker. I personally really liked more this look because it goes with the flow of the chair a little bit. This would be some sort of ergonomic seating foam, upholstered with an office furniture fabric mounted on a shell and then bolted onto the seat. Cool. Okay, let's keep this like that. Oh, never forget to save.